Another quick video before I work, but I figured since we're getting closer to the election, I think this topic needs to be discussed because it's really infuriates me constantly hearing, if you don't vote for Amerikkka, the genocider, Trump is going to instill fascism, like fascism isn't already here. This is something that liberals will not refuse to understand. Just because fascism doesn't personally affect you doesn't mean it isn't here. It's been here for a very long time. Just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean, like, the state itself isn't fascist. What you're afraid of is that fascism coming home to roost. As the old saying goes from Malcolm X, the chicken's coming home to roost. You're afraid of what America's victims suffer from. You're afraid of suffering the same kind of treatment that the the victims of imperialism suffer from. But you know what? You're not genuine about being anti-fascist. If you truly were, you would not even consider in a million years to vote for a genocider and a cop like Kamala Harris. You wouldn't consider it. That wouldn't even be on your radar. Now, my stance is very clear about voting. But if you were to vote at all, and you wanted to break the two-party duopoly, voting for Jill Stein would be one option. At the very least, if you were to get the Green Party to at least 5% of the vote, at the very least, you could at least have a chance to finally break the duopoly. You have an opportunity, a rare one that you'll not get again for a very long time. And I think if you truly were serious about resisting fascism in your own country, in America, you would not consider any of the options. There is Trump and Harris, they're not an option. If you have a conscience and you actually care about the victims of imperialism, if you care about more than just your first world privilege, you would not vote for either one of them. Trump is a genocidal fascist. Harris is a genocidal fascist. Neither one of them care about LGBTQ people. If you look at their policies, it's identical. Enough of this liberal garbage about fighting against fascism by voting in Kamala Harris, who's an actual fascist. Fascism's here. It's time that you recognize that reality if you're serious about being an anti-fascist. Because if you're not an anti-fascist like now, then you're an active collaborator in one way or another, whether it's directly or indirectly. Fascism doesn't cease to exist when it doesn't affect you. Fascism's here, and it's always been here in one form or another. So, grow up, liberals, and make a choice. Are you against fascism or not? Because if you support Kamala Harris, you are not anti-fascist. You are pro-fascism. And if Trump does win by the time you're watching this video, and you're going to blame those who refuse to vote for Harris, the genocidal fascists, you'll have no one to blame but yourselves. Fascism is here. Just because it doesn't personally affect you doesn't change that fact. Deal with it. Facts don't care about your feelings.